It's an honor to be here with all of you tonight. And it's fantastic to see so many of you out here to remember, particularly this week, Mr. Anthony Sterling, Mr. Philando Castile. After I heard the news, I guess, about Mr. Sterling earlier this week, I sat down and just took some time to think. And thinking about my own experiences growing up here in Edmonton. Growing up as, I guess, a light-skinned black man. Growing up in a largely white community. Not really having much connection to the black community. And to my thought, for a lot of my life, the black experience. Though I've come to learn and understand that, I guess, being black is simply who you are. There's not one prescribed way to perform blackness or to define what that is. Regardless of how I grew up or the community I grew up in, I am a black man. And I have that connection with so many of my brothers and sisters here in Edmonton and across Canada and in the U.S. And seeing the death of Mr. Sterling and then afterwards the death of Mr. Castile, it just caused me to reflect on the experience I've had, how different it is from the experience of so many like myself. The fact that but for, I guess, some small bits of circumstance, I could easily have been in their position, I could easily have been in their shoes. I could have been judged in the way they were judged, and I could have died the way they died. And so I guess we gather here today to reflect on the fact that this has happened far, far too much over the last years. And not that it's really something I think that has necessarily increased over the last years, it's simply something that we have the opportunity to be more aware of, which in some ways is a good thing. I guess we're having that public conversation. This is something that can't be ignored anymore. The fact that you're all here tonight shows that this is something that we are not going to allow to be ignored anymore. So I think it's important for us, even here in Edmonton, where we may have different experiences, or where it may not be the same as some of these places in the U.S. where these particularly egregious crimes against black men and women are taking place. It's still important that we can stand in solidarity, that we can recognize that we are one with them. We are part of the same community. We are part of the same brotherhood, the same sisterhood. That we recognize their humanity, we recognize their right to live, their right to freedom. And we recognize that that right exists for all of us here. And we put that human face on these situations, on these difficult conversations that we need to continue to have as a society. And I recognize for myself as a black man in a position of power, given the platform that I have, that it's important that I be part of this too. And that I have the opportunity to listen to those who have experiences other than mine, those who face things different from what I've faced, to understand them, to hear them, to believe them, to listen to them, and help ensure that those stories get taken forward and that this conversation continues. So thank you to all of you for coming here tonight. I stand with you, I mourn with you, and I will work with you to see things change. Thank you.